So guys, while I was on this trip, basically I decided I'm gonna hit three countries while in South America. So I did my one-way flight from the US to to Rio de Janeiro. And then I did a one-way flight over to Buenos Aires, Argentina. While I was there, I decided I'm gonna have to go visit Uruguay because I keep hearing great things about Uruguay. So let me go ahead and go over to Uruguay. One of the options you have when in Buenos Aires wanting to go to Uruguay is to take a ferry. The ferry is about $100 round trip. And so we did upgrade to the next class, whatever it was. It wasn't first class, but it was the like business class or something like that. And so we got on this ferry. By the way, guys, the ferry is phenomenal. Okay, like it's closed in. You don't even feel when you depart. You don't feel like the thing is traveling every once in a while. You know, you'll feel a little bump, but for the most part, very comfortable, very luxurious. They even have a shopping mall on the ferry. Like I've never been on a ferry like that. It was more like a one of those cruise ships rather than a ferry. Although they do have sitting areas and different levels and stuff like that. And yes, people do drive their cars over using the ferry. So they'll drive up their car, park it in the ferry, and then come up and sit in the sitting area. And then when it's time to disembark, they'll go and get their cars and everything. So yeah, that's a great way, guys, to go and see Uruguay from Buenos Aires, Argentina. The trip took about 2.5 hours, I think, up to 3 hours to get there. So it was fairly quick. The other option, obviously, is to fly, but I'm glad we decided to go on the ferry. Very comfortable, very luxurious. I do recommend it. Uh, I don't remember the name of it. I think it was like Bocaderos or something like that. I will go ahead and mention it in the comment section for those of you who are curious about it. But yeah, guys, so we went over to Uruguay, Montevideo, Uruguay. So as always, when I travel and visit these places, I have to share 5 things I learned on my trip to Montevideo, Uruguay for 48 hours. I was there for like 48 hours, guys, okay? Now, number one, guys, do your research about these places. I did a little bit of research, but for the most part, as I travel, I'm curious. I always want to feel like this is a place I can live in. Okay. This is a place I would be comfortable living in. Okay. And so that's always in the back of my head somewhere. I watch a few YouTube channel about people who were living, expats primarily, who are living in Uruguay, and they're talking about how fabulous Uruguay is. So I'm like, okay, you know what? Let me go visit and see about Uruguay. Guys, yeah, there's another video coming, okay, regarding Uruguay. And I was quite surprised about Uruguay. So number one, make sure you do the right research so you know what's going on. You know, like one of the things I like to do when I do my research is go on Google top things to do when in such and such a country. Okay, so that's number one, guys. Make sure you do research. Number two, right along with that, don't believe everything people tell you on YouTube. Yes, I am on YouTube. I am talking to you right now. For me, when I travel, or when I do decide to travel, just because you say one thing about something doesn't mean that I'm going to believe you all the way. I like to witness it and see it for myself and then come to a conclusion about the said place, okay? And for me, my marker of a great place is when I am in this country and I feel like, you know what, I can live here. Or you know what, I wouldn't mind coming back to this place. And I'm going to tell you right now, guys, Uruguay is not one of those places I want to go back to. And for all the travels that I've done, this is probably the first time I'm saying this. Uruguay is not one of the places I want to go back to. And yes, there's a follow-up video coming up to why I'm not going back to Uruguay. Okay, so that's number two, guys. Don't believe everything that is said on YouTube about a country. Now, number three, guys, be ready for the stairs. Yes, I encountered a lot of stairs. We encountered a lot of stairs. Not in a good way. Not in a good way at all. And that was quite shocking to me. And for me, it took me a while to figure out why these people were feeling a certain kind of way about me, a black traveler. And so I realized sometimes when you travel to these remote places, they're not used to seeing black people who are able to do the traveling. And so when they see you coming, they don't know what to do about you. They don't know what to think about you. They don't know where to place you. Like, it's not, there's curiosity, like, oh my God, there's some black people over here. Yeah. Okay, there's curiosity. But then there's the stares that make you feel uncomfortable, the stares that make you feel like you don't belong. By the way, I'm giving away too much because I'm going to do a whole video on this part, okay? Because I feel like I need to. So guys, be ready for the stares if you are a black traveler, obviously. If you're not a black traveler, this might not be happening to you. But as a black traveler, be ready for these things because you never know when it's going to happen, because we are so used to dealing with trauma, with racism. It's a given that when we're travel, we're hyper vigilant, hypersensitive about these things. And this one, oh my God, it just, all the little bells and the whistles, they just came ringing in my head, ringing in my ear, guys. Anyways, I'll save that for another time, guys. So, number 4, guys, you have to be ready to cut your trip short. If you feel like you're not getting what you need or what you expected out of a trip, be ready to cut it short. And I'm telling you guys, within the first night, we were at a restaurant and we realized, yeah, we don't want to be here. And it was like, okay, we're going to sleep here. Thank God it was only for 48 hours. We're going to sleep here and then in the morning hightail it out of there. By the time we headed back to the hotel, we were checking to see if we could leave early, okay? Because originally our trip was meant for us to leave at 7 p.m. at night. So we decided now we're leaving early in the morning. Yeah. Yeah, that's how bad it was. Okay, so that was number 4, guys. Be ready to know when to cut your trip short. And there's nothing wrong with that. And then, guys, number 5, go off the beaten path. That was the best thing about being in Montevideo. Actually, there was 2 things. That was the best thing. But I'm getting off track. This is why I keep my notes so I don't go off track. Okay, so one day, the second day, we decided to wake up early in the morning because we didn't get an early out ferry to just go walk. It was foggy and everything, so we decided to start walking, guys. And we kept walking. There were lighthouses all over the place. Actually, there's about 13 of them, and there was one nearby, so we decided to go and visit. And we go over there. It's closed, guys. And then there's a restaurant, quote unquote, next to it, guys. So we decided, and it didn't look like, this is not a good place for a good restaurant. Guys, we ended up at this restaurant. It was so beautiful, so rustic, so cozy.